Hello friends, welcome to my channel, Recap Stories. Today, we will discuss the story of a beautiful film that starts with a tale from many years ago. In a small village in Russia, a little boy named Viktor sits on the roof of his house, playing the guitar and singing with a melodious voice. Inside the house, his mother is arranging a bouquet of flowers and enjoying Viktor's singing. After a while, she loads the flowers onto her cart and tells Viktor, "Son, I am going to the Bremen Nagar market, you stay at home." Viktor innocently replies, "Mom, I practice singing at home every day, but today I want to sing in front of everyone at the market." His mother smiles and says, "Son, you are still very young, but one day you will get a chance to show your singing talent to everyone. Until then, keep practicing from the heart, because songs sung with heart always touch the hearts of others." Viktor nods and says, "Okay, Mom." As usual, his mother leaves for the market with her flower cart, and Viktor returns to the house. But as his mother crosses a frozen lake, suddenly the sound of the ice cracking is heard. Viktor, who is inside the house, hears this sound and immediately runs outside. In his hurry, his hand accidentally brushes against a burning lamp, causing the lamp to fall and start a fire in the house. But Viktor doesn't realize this, as he is running to save his mother from the lake. When he reaches the lake, he sees that the ice has cracked and his mother has fallen into the freezing water. The flower cart lies abandoned at the edge of the lake. Meanwhile, the house catches fire due to the fallen lamp, and Viktor's home is burned to ashes. In one day, little Viktor's world is consumed by darkness, his mother is gone, and his home is destroyed. Helpless, Viktor takes his guitar and heads to the Bremen Nagar market, where a crowd of people has gathered. He manages to reach the intersection and thinks that by playing his guitar and singing, he may earn some money to feed himself. As Viktor walks down the street, some wandering boys stop him and tell him that if he wants to earn money by singing, he must get permission from their leader. Viktor is alone and unaware of the situation, so the street-smart boys forcibly take him to their hideout. There, they lock Viktor in a wooden box and begin tormenting him by jumping on top of it. Their leader, Tina, is a woman who makes the boys steal and do other wrong deeds. When Tina sees her group of boys jumping on the box, she asks them who is inside. The boys answer that it's an outsider who wanted to sing and earn money. Hearing this, Tina opens the box and finds a scared Viktor inside. Viktor, in a trembling voice, says he is hungry, and that his mother told him that if he sings from the heart, people would listen to him and help him. Tina asks him where his mother is, and Viktor replies that she is no longer in this world. With that, he sings a heart-touching song in memory of his mother. Viktor's sweet voice amazes Tina and her group of boys, but Tina doesn't stop stealing. She comes up with a plan, and the next day, she sends Viktor to sing at the market intersection. People in the market, including shopkeepers, stop what they are doing to listen to Viktor's singing. Taking advantage of this, Tina sends her boys to steal from the market shops. The boys steal goods and food items from the stores and collect them at Tina's hideout. This sequence continues for 2 or 3 days, after which the people of the market complain to King Boris. To resolve the issue, the king calls a clever spy named Juga. Juga follows the trail of the thieving children and eventually reaches Tina, attempting to arrest her. However, Viktor strikes Juga on the head with his guitar to save her. Tina seizes the opportunity and escapes, but Juga apprehends Viktor. Viktor, unaware that Tina has been misusing his talent, is wrongfully accused by Juga in court and sentenced to 20 years in prison, even though he is innocent. After 20 years, Viktor is released from prison as a grown man. He sets out to find Tina and take revenge for his ruined childhood, which was destroyed because of her. He continues to roam the markets of Bremen Nagar in search of her. Meanwhile, inside the palace, the anger of King Boris's daughter, Nini, is shown. Nini has locked herself in her room because she feels trapped between her father's strict rules and her desire for freedom. King Boris, who is selfish and miserly, insists that his daughter follow traditional principles, while Nini believes in free-spirited living. King Boris unlocks Nini's room and enters, trying to convince her. Nini says, "I am imprisoned in this palace. I want to sing and see the outside world." The king tries to reason with her, but Nini locks herself in a wardrobe to avoid the discussion. Meanwhile, Viktor arrives at Tina's hideout, but Tina and her group of children are not there. Instead, a house-shaped cart is standing. Suddenly, a dog-like man attacks Viktor and knocks him to the ground. Then, a donkey-like man emerges from the cart and asks the dog if Viktor is unconscious. After a moment, two more companions, a rooster-like man and a cat-like man, appear. The cat-like man approaches Viktor, but when Viktor opens his eyes, they all become nervous. Viktor gets up and asks, "Who are you all?" The cat-like man replies, "We are musicians, and we travel from place to place with our cart, singing along the way." Viktor responds, "Your actions are strange, but you too have the right to live with dignity." Upon hearing this, the cat-like man says, "You don't seem like the others." Viktor starts playing his guitar, which astonishes everyone. The cat says, "Since you love music like us, why not stay with us?" Viktor replies, "I prefer to be alone." The cat-like man then gifts Viktor a guitar and says, "Your talent will help you with this." King Boris organizes a musical event in front of his palace and announces that whoever can make Princess Nini come to the window with their music will receive 10 golden coins. However, those whose singing is off-key will be thrown out of the palace. Musicians come one by one, but none succeed in impressing the princess. Viktor, who is also present, says, 10 coins are too little, but I will sing anyway. He attempts to play his guitar, but his skills have diminished due to years of imprisonment. Suddenly, the four animal-like companions from the cart appear at the event, and despite the crowd's mockery, they offer to sing with Viktor. Viktor joins them, and together they begin singing. Their joint performance causes Princess Nini to appear at the window, winning the hearts of the people. Viktor and his band succeed in impressing the princess, but she hides as soon as she steps closer to the window. Meanwhile, the music fills the air, and the palace guards mistakenly believe the king is displeased with the music. In their haste, a soldier pulls a red lever, which activates a large, fist-shaped contraption that heads toward Viktor. However, Viktor cleverly jumps and manages to control it, hanging from the balcony of the princess's room. The princess sees him there, but she hesitates to come out. Viktor tells her that if she likes the music, she should come forward so she can win 10 gold coins. Finally, the princess comes out, and everyone claps joyfully. The king, because of his stinginess, refuses to give Viktor the 10 coins and says, "Dance with the princess for 2 minutes, and consider that your reward." Viktor laughs at the king's miserly behavior but starts dancing with the princess. During the dance, the princess tells Viktor that her father keeps the palace doors closed out of fear of robbers and avoids going outside. At the end of the dance, the princess involuntarily kisses Viktor, which makes the king angry. He orders Viktor and his companions to be thrown out of the palace. After leaving the palace, Viktor says goodbye to his companions, but they decide to stay with him due to the threat of robbers. They all head towards the forest, where a donkey is pulling their cart. At night, they hide behind a tree to avoid the robbers. However, the sound of a rooster's crow reveals their location, and the robbers begin to chase them. Viktor and his companions quickly climb into the cart and try to escape, while the donkey pulls the cart with all its strength. During this, Viktor uses his guitar to thwart the robbers' attack. It is at this moment that Viktor notices the princess hidden inside a box on top of the cart. During the robbers' attack, a cannonball strikes the box, causing both Viktor and the box to fall. Viktor grabs the box and slides it along with the cart, calling for help from his companions. Inside the box is the princess, and they must save her. Saying this, Viktor jumps onto the cart. A robber, who is chasing them, climbs up to seize the box. Viktor jumps back onto the box to stop him and manages to overpower the robbers one by one. However, there are too many robbers, and they are unwilling to give up. At this moment, a sleeping cat wakes up and rips a pillow, sending cotton into the air, which lands on the robbers' faces. Taking advantage of this moment, Viktor and his companions manage to escape from the robbers. Viktor, taking the princess out of the box, places her on the cart. As they cross through the forest, they reach a beautiful open field, and the princess is delighted by the sight. Viktor says, "So, you pretended to do this only to make the king send us outside so you could join us." The group of animals happily responds, "Now, she will be part of our music band." Viktor replies, "Stop talking like it's a story. If she stays with us, the king will think we have kidnapped her, and we will face severe punishment." The princess insists, "I don't want to live in the palace. My dream is to participate in the World Music Festival, and this is only possible with you." Viktor, who is also passionate about music, finally agrees to go with her. Meanwhile, the king sends his spy, Jaga, with a message. Jaga arrives at the palace in a hot air balloon and tells the king, "Your daughter is with this music band. To bring her back, I will need 1,000 gold coins." The king hesitates but accepts the condition. Viktor and his companions continue to move forward, practicing for their performance. Gradually, love begins to grow between Viktor and the princess. During the registration for the music festival, they name their band, Burman Musician Band. However, at the same time, Jaga, the spy, kidnaps the princess. When Viktor learns this, he tells his companions, "I am going to save her because I love her." He reaches the forest but falls into the robbers' trap. The leader, Tina, takes him with her. Viktor angrily says, "You ruined my childhood and never even bothered to check on me." Tina replies, "We do this for our survival." Viktor remains determined to save the princess and begins a new adventure. To do this, he must follow the plan given by Tina and the robbers. Viktor trusts Tina, so the robbers disguise themselves in Viktor's clothes and appearance to avoid being recognized by the king. Then, Viktor, Tina, and the other robbers are brought to the king's palace gates, where Viktor tells the king from a gap in the door, "I have captured these robbers and their leader. Their reign of terror is over." Seeing the robbers in captivity, the king is delighted and orders the palace gates to be opened. Afterward, the king's soldiers, along with the robbers, are brought close to the palace. The king announces, "From now on, the gates of this palace will remain open forever, and anyone can come and go because there is no more danger." The king, along with his soldiers, goes to places they were unable to visit before due to the robbers, such as the forest and the lake. On the way, he begins to retrieve a treasure hidden in the lake. Meanwhile, inside the palace, at Tina's signal, the robbers are imprisoned. Just as the king emerges with the treasure box, the robbers have already seized the palace. Now, inside the palace, Viktor frees the princess, but when the princess sees that the robbers have taken over the palace and captured her father, she tells Viktor that he is a traitor. Viktor thinks to himself that the princess, for whom he did all this, now considers him a traitor. After a while, Tina comes to the palace window and announces to the public that from today, she is the queen of Burman Nagar and her orders will be followed. Upon hearing this, Viktor goes to Tina and tells her that our goal was only to free the princess, but you are doing wrong, so leave the palace immediately and let the king and his daughter go. Tina says, "For so many years, we fought wars, and now it will not stop." Therefore, she sends Viktor to jail. Due to the establishment of the bandits' rule, there is chaos in the city. Seeing this, Juga, the spy, secretly goes to the jail, knocks out the guard, and opens the jail door to free Viktor. He tells Viktor, "The time has come to correct my mistake, now go and make things right." Viktor leaves and locks himself in the jail. On the other hand, music starts in Burman Nagar, and hearing the music of the Burman band, the animals play their instruments with hard work. Suddenly, Viktor, holding the spy's flying equipment, reaches there. Seeing him, the animals' morale is boosted, and they start playing and singing with enthusiasm. Viktor's voice makes everyone sway, and in the end, the Burman band achieves victory. However, when receiving the trophy, Viktor tells the people present that our joy is still incomplete because, due to my mistake, our city is under the bandits' control. The next morning, at Tina's command, the king, the princess, and Juga are brought to the stage for punishment. First, the spy is thrown away with a heavy push. Before anything happens to the king, Viktor, the donkey, the dog, and the cat arrive and attack Tina's group, starting a fight. During this fight, Anna's hand accidentally hits Lola's lever, causing Lola to throw the king out of the castle, and then Viktor and his companions fall down as well. Taking advantage of this moment, the bandits capture them again, but this time, they lock them in a cart and set it on fire from the outside. Watching all this from the palace window, Tina comes to stop the bandits but slips and falls on the way. Meanwhile, the people inside the cart start suffocating, but then the human rooster, along with the musical instrument of Iohe, arrives, first extinguishing the fire and rescuing the people. Now, since the number of bandits is reduced, all the bandits are captured. Meanwhile, the king, who had fallen in the lake, is also saved, and Tina falls into the same lake while looting. Both come out and apologize to each other for their mistakes. Then, both return to the palace, where Viktor and Neela get married, and the king grants everyone the right to live as they wish. The king also establishes his own home with Tina. After this, the musical group's new journey begins. I hope you liked the story. Please make sure to comment below and let me know. I request you to help me reach 10,000 subscribers on my channel. We hope you enjoyed this video and will like it. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your love-filled comments. See you in the next video.